But I did put my penis in your hand at the Pints party.
That's true. I thought it was a prosthetic. At first, I'm serious. I thought it was a prosthetic. I thought it was like I thought you put like a dildo.
Because who would do that? That was so
I know.
stupid.
And then you felt the pulse and you were like, oh, this is real. Hi, you're here at a trigger warning with Adam Meathammer Klesch and Daniel, the can opener in Ardicchio. We are doing our first ever broadcast. Does that make sense?
Oh my God, you're already fucking this up. Let a professional do it. All right. Oh,
Where's Howard Stern? We need him.
Speaking of professionalism,
I'm just kidding.
our producer Josh is going to go. We've got a hot mic. We're going to kill the air.
No, we got a hot Brian. We got a God.
Yeah, we have Brian J. Smith here with us, all the way from our neighbors up north in Toronto, Canada.
The 51st.
The 51st state. How is it up there, Brian?
Oh, it's today. It's a little bit hot, but I doubt it's as hot as it is down there. It's like, is it hot in New York today?
Nah, it's beautiful.
No, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely that's beautiful.
It's hot, but it's beautiful. Summer, you know.
I feel like it's hot for here. It's like 84 today.
Yeah, for Canada, that's insane.
That's pretty hot, yeah. But it's supposed to be, and tomorrow's our first day of filming, so I feel like tomorrow's supposed to be a nice day, actually. So that'll.
Well, as enthralling as it is to talk about the weather up north, that's not why.
Give him a proper intro. You're supposed to be doing that.
So not only is this person one of my closest, nearest friends, but he's also an incredible actor from the Juilliard School of Acting.
Really? You went to Juilliard?
Juilliard, yes. Brian and I met while he was filming Sense8.
Didn't Patty LuPone go to Juilliard?
She did. She was in the first class.
Well, you know, every episode I have to mention Patty LuPone.
Yeah, of course. Patty LuPone.
That's how I got it in really early.
Brian and I met while he was doing Lana Wachowski's Sense8 in Berlin, which actually shot
good
all over the world. A wonderful show. Also, TV fame from Stargate. He was in Matrix 4. Tony nominated for the Glass Menagerie. And most recently, I saw him on stage in Grangeville, which I thought was just wonderful.
Right around the corner from us. Yeah,
it was great. How are you, Brian? It's so good to have you.
I'm so glad to be here. I miss you guys so much. This kind of feels like I'm I don't know. I haven't seen family or friends for like I think I've been here for 2 weeks now, so I'm like, oh, this is so good.
And why is that? That's because you're locked up in Canada filming a new series, a spinoff of The Boys, yeah?
That's right. Yeah, it's called Vought Rising. And did you guys ever watch The Boys?
Oh, I'm obsessed. I think it's such a show. Josh, our producer, loves it too. It's like a really adult version of like the dirty side of like Marvel comics. I think it would be the best way to describe it. Well, it's like capitalism starts in Avengers. Would you think? Is that fair? Yeah.
That feels right. It's also sort of like superheroes are sort of like a metaphor for like celebrity and politics and political figures and like the difference between how they appear and who they like really are, and corruption and hypocrisy and all this stuff. I still need to watch this last season. I think it's like season 4. Which is already aired, and apparently they got like really into like Trump, like one of the characters.
Oh, really?
Like, full on like Trump character. There's another character who's a full on Nazi. I mean, they like it's kind of South Parky in a way. They have that same like really elevated like comedy, but like social satire element to it. With the superhero story is still smart.
So now, is this, in the sense of a spinoff, is this carrying on the Boys series, or is this a prequel to the Boys? Okay.
This is.
And what's your character?
And I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here to say that this has all been released, that it's set in the 1950s, and it's sort of about how the soups and the organization that kind of controls them and markets them, called Vought, it's how that came into being way back in the 1949, 1950.
An origin story, if you will.
It's an origin story.
Yes. Love an origin story.
I love it.
And Brian's manager Billy is out here on the island. We get to see Billy all the time. He's going to come tonight to Mother Disco.
So, Brian, my question for you is, they say beauty is symmetry. right? Like Denzel Washington supposedly has a symmetrical face. That's why his face is so handsome. Adam would never understand what we deal with. You were beautiful, symmetrical. Everything about you is just adorable.
Can we do this every day? This is
I know.
fantastic.
Just keep Dion around to spit some good licks at you.
Yeah, I would love to blow smoke up your ass.
We're really into that.
I know it's not really my thing.
People are really into everything now.
But I did put my penis in your hand at the Pints party.
That's true. I thought it was a prosthetic. Like first, I'm serious. I thought it was a prosthetic. I thought it was like I thought you put like a dildo.
Because who would do that? That was so stupid.
And then you felt the pulse, and you were like, "Oh, this is real."
You know, the thing with me and the Pines party, and we'll get back to you in a minute, but this is more important, is I didn't drink or do anything for like a decade. And so in that time, Molly came out, Madonna did her whole MDMA thing. And so when I was like, I'm going to go out and do it with my staff, I did Molly only for the Pines party. And when you saw me, I was rolling my tits off. And then I remember walking up to you, and I didn't really know you. I just pulled my cock out and put it in your hand.
Well, we know. I feel like we know each other like that. I think you know that.
I mean, you do now.
I mean, it's. I mean, we have. I don't know. That didn't feel weird to me. Actually,
but you didn't get down and suck it.
Jesus Christ!
I'm just kidding.
People are right there, like on the main boulevard of.
I'm just kidding.
Why wasn't any of this in your advocate article?
But seriously,
can I though also say that it is incredibly impressive to me that you were so hard. Literally, I'm sorry, when you had MDMA, and you look like you had some pretty good MDMA. I do not know how you were able to maintain that shall we say strength.
No, actually, that was pre-trimix. That was Carlos. I had just walked out of one of the porta potties, and one of the employees back then for Cherry was like walked in with me and like raped me.
Jesus. And all Brian was trying to do is film a beautiful documentary about our
idols. Just trying to make a movie.
Right, we were filming, yeah.
You were filming This Is Not a Disco, which, plug away.
It's so good.
It's so good. Brian, so many people were so worried about how somebody was going to come to a community that normally prides itself on keeping the magic private. I wouldn't say it's a private community, but we don't let documentary filmmakers come in. It's not great when people want to write a show and try to portray Fire Island. It hasn't gone wonderfully in the past. And I think you handled it with such grace. And also, you did the work, let's say. Like, you went around and, I mean, how many hours of interviews do you have?
Oh, gosh. I think I might be getting this wrong, but I think it's around like 150.
150 hours of talking to these cuckoos out here.
It's beautifully shot. And it's always good to see a snapshot of yet another of Adam's crazy relationships. So,
all right. You got like 30 minutes of mono in there.
Got 30 minutes of that crazy fucking Italian. What a mess.
Ugh.
But it's a beautiful film. Really beautifully shot.
Oh, thank you.
That's when gaslighting was a really popular term around then. So I figured I'd dive right in and let myself be gaslit.
Absolutely.
And I think I did it well.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
He was gaslit. You were gaslit. Brian,
What real quick before you ask, I also want to say, kudos to you guys. I know that, that doing a podcast is something, Adam, we had talked about like a while ago, and you're like, oh, this is like something I really want to do. And I know, you had the podcast for Tipsy Bear in Berlin.
Yeah.
You're trying to get something like that going again. And I know how hard it is, to make things happen. It's especially in our busy lives, we make our little resolutions, and it's so hard to actually get them executed. And you're fucking doing it. I think that's.
I appreciate that. It really has to do with my brother Daniel here. And honestly, like, without our producer Josh, I'm not sure it would ever happen. We're so all over the place, and like, Josh is so wonderful. He's doing this Pride House Media thing. We're one of many shows he's got going on, and like, he keeps us to a schedule, and he makes it feel easy. Like, we just have to show up and talk because Josh is doing the heavy lifting.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
I mean,
I mean,
Josh
we'll
doing
call
the
it
heavy lifting of the
guests.
show. Daniel shows up. I hang on to his
Questions.
coattails.
You're knee deep in ketamine.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep this thing on a
Oh.
flow. What?
Mm,
Anyway, yeah, we digress.
we digress.
Back to your beauty.
Yes.
No, seriously, I loved Sense8. It was fantastical. There was like a lot of like really beautiful, how would you say, like whimsical?
Yeah, there were these whimsical moments that,
Yeah, there were a
but
lot
they
of
felt real. You know,
I felt very
they were
much like it was real.
fantastical, but you never felt like you were jumping a shark or like you had to suspend your disbelief. Like you were just in it the whole time.
What it seemed like in your career is that you somehow managed to avoid the COVID slump.
Oh, yeah.
Am I right?
I mean, well, somewhat. I mean, we had the strike, and then so I think that was, I forget how long that everybody was.
Forever.
Yeah, that was
It's like 6 months.
Well, you have to remember there was a writer's strike, and then after the writer's strike, there was like the dressers' strike, and then there was the makeup people's strike, and like the industry couldn't get going again after being shut down from COVID.
Right, totally.
You know, you had this COVID stop, and to her credit, Lana kind of wrote the playbook while we were in Berlin and you were doing Matrix 4. Lana wrote this playbook on how to like safely continue making art in the pandemic. God, the COVID tests, the constant COVID tests, just to be around each other.
The pod system. She invented the sort of like this idea of dividing up the production into pods so that, if you could only be with people from your particular production pod, like people that were on set pods. And even in that, there were like little like subgroups, I think.
Yeah.
They did this so that if someone were to get COVID, and if they were like in, like, say, like I don't know, catering or something like that, it was already separate. It was already sort of like people were they kept it contained in a way and allowed us to keep filming. I don't think we would have otherwise.
Yeah, I remember when Alan was shooting Smigadoon.
Yeah,
Was that Smigadoon?
Schmigadoon.
And they brought him up to Vancouver, and it was just like the weird situation. They put him in a house in the middle of nowhere, and then he had to meet with like a couple people, and it was like this whole thing during COVID. I mean, that whole period was just so bizarre. You
Yeah.
think about it now.
COVID was bonkers. It was just like the world stopping and like everything we knew. Like for the first 2 weeks, I think we all were. I mean, like I said, Brian and I were in Berlin together, and they're like the first 2 weeks was like, oh, okay, let's just, take a pause. This will be cute. And let's see if they get it under control. And then I remember like 3 or 4 weeks into it, Brian coming over to my apartment, like, I think we're going to be here for a while. And I was like, well, what do you mean a while? He goes, well, the way we're going to have to like film this thing, like, I think I'm in Berlin for like a year. And it ended up being 9 months or so, right?
Yeah, it was like
just wild.
Yeah.
And I think people are still recovering from it, don't you? I still think that there's people like that can't get into second gear yet. That they're not. I don't want to say people got lazy. That's not the truth. It's just people can't get up to speed still, and we're 5 years out from this thing.
It definitely changed me. Like, I don't want to be around people nearly as much.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to social distance even now.
Yeah.
I
think I also feel that the industry is still like you were asking. I mean, it's still in a COVID slump. It still hasn't quite come back yet. In fact, it's kind of, I don't know. It was COVID. It was the strikes, and even like the fires in Los Angeles it just feels like there's just a lot against the industry right now. And now we have AI, which is starting to, like, it's already becoming a thing. People are already using it. I mean, the whole voiceover thing that people used to make, pay houses for.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's over.
Now they just send you a kit in the mail and, record this. Here's your line.
But they don't even have to do that. They could just
No.
literally, from what little bit we've talked, they could just make my voice.
Yeah.
I mean, this is actually a hologram.
Yeah. I'm not even here. Maybe that's the ketamine.
If it was a hologram, I'd probably make it look younger.
Dial the odometer back.
Dial the odometer, exactly. Yeah.
So, Brian, let me ask you, because you've done so much on the stage, in front of the camera. You did the documentary behind the camera, and I know that you and I have talked about a million ideas, and you're such a wonderful writer. Do you find it hard to make all those switches back and forth? Like I know you and your wonderful boyfriend Matt, who I just adore.
Matt's great.
You guys write
Yeah.
all the time, but now you've got a big gig that you're filming till March. Is it hard to put the brakes on that shit and then go?
No, because Matt's with me now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I told him, I said, whenever Brian's out of town, I'm your big
Daddy's
dumb
home.
cum cannon.
Daddy's home.
Yeah, I'm your big dumb cum cannon. I said, you just count on me. Maintenance fuck.
That's why he's not returning my phone calls.
Yeah. I said, you know what?
You go right in there.
I wear a Brian Smith mask and
One of those gross, like Mission Impossible masks.
horrible.
Hell, like one of my words for the smell.
He doesn't mind.
I'm just
No, but I mean, honestly, do you find that transition, like, is it hard to like stop and go and start again, or are you writing while you're there? Because I know I've watched you line study, and I know that that's like you go into your own little place and you do that. So
I think I'm the kind of person that I really enjoy switching back and forth and in and out of things. I feel like I can do a lot of different things at once. Like I'm currently reading 6 books.
Jesus.
And
Wow.
I just drop one and then go to the other one whenever it calls me. And so I kind of feel like my career is like that in some weird way. It's like for a while there, I like the last year and a half, like certainly since the strikes and certainly since I had my knee surgery too. It's been a lot of like,
Yeah, Brian used my walker. We had the exact same knee surgery. I loaned him my walker.
for that meniscus, baby.
Oh my God, you people in your meniscuses.
Menisci.
Menisci, I'm sorry. Minuscule.
Great track name, by the way.
Menisci.
Menisci.
But
Are you bored out of your mind up there in Toronto?
No, here's the other thing too, is I'm never bored. I don't think it's possible for me to get bored. I mean, even
That's
if
You're
I'm
reading 6 books.
6 books and the grind is
Exactly.
on fire.
Have you read one book?
A long time ago.
Yeah.
I think it was 1984, not the year of the book.
And it was a comic book.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, they do a graphic version of 1984. It's just little bubbles.
But that's really smart, like that you're reading so much. One of my favorite podcasters is Chelsea Handler, and she reads so much. She's really smart.
it is such like a spoiled Hollywood actor thing to do, is to have, I suppose,
Time to sit around and read.
out of time. I mean, because you guys don't have time to read. You guys are it's what you do is really, you never really punch in to something. You guys, I'm fascinated by what you do. You are always making stuff happen, and you're self-generating constantly. I have like my agent
More interviews like this.
I know, right? It's exhausting. That's all I got to say.
And the queers are so judgy.
It's different with what you're doing because, like, when you do something, it's on film or tape or whatever, and so you do it, and then later people see it. Like tonight, we have Alaska, from Drag Race.
Really?
At the
Ice Palace.
Oh my God.
And when it's over, it's done.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks in a way because we do these things and people talk about it, but then it's over.
Yeah, but they remember. I mean, you guys are providing moments in people's lives. Someone might meet their husband, that
Yeah,
night.
it happens. Josh, our producer, met his husband at, what was it?
Sandra Bernhard.
Sandra Bernhard.
Sandra Bernhard.
Yeah, see, I mean, it's also, I remember like during COVID when we thought we'd never be able to get together for like live events where we're all gathered and, being somewhere live and watching art or,
I remember you telling me how different it was to like not audition in person anymore and do all these self tapes and like.
But isn't that great now?
I mean, that part of it is nice, honestly, like not having like being able to audition at I mean, literally my whole like kind of like life and career has come from this.
Yeah,
like
that's great.
I mean, this is just doing self tapes at home.
Is that sponsorship from Apple coming soon? I mean, that was such a
I know,
great
right?
plug.
Totally.
You're
No, I
way.
had a production company with a partner of mine, and we would have to fly to Los Angeles to like pitch shows. And then during COVID, Margot Robbie came up with this really brilliant way to make like a video pitch.
Huh.
And it changed everything. Now everyone does a video pitch.
Right.
You don't have to fly to LA anymore.
But I don't know. I think you guys. Honestly, I really do. I hate to keep. Oh my god, I keep taking things back to AI, but I really do think AI is going to change a lot of shit, and I think that what's going to be a premium are live events. I think because you cannot AI a live theater. I mean, people, someone will try, but like you cannot.
ABBA.
Yeah.
Oh,
ABBA
there's that. Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
Oh, really?
Or Celine Dion in Vegas with Andrea Bocelli.
Oh, I kind of love it. It was
You
so
saw the ABBA show, and you called me right after, and I was like, "How much is this phone call costing? You're in Europe," and you were like,
matter.
"Oh."
It didn't matter. It was ABBA.
And what I love is they're just sitting back, they're just kicked back,
Fucking
cashing the
money.
checks, and they didn't
so
have,
good.
they didn't have to put on a makeup, no sound check, nothing.
You know what though? That is fascinating. That's a really fascinating idea. Like AIing, I don't know, like a really famous
A
pianist.
Whitney concert. Let's AI a Whitney concert, girl.
Yeah, like you could.
Both
I'm sure
bucks.
that would be possible.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Recreate that. I mean, they did that with was it Michael Jackson or
Yeah.
So listen, I mean that is but still you're live. You're the fact that you're with 2, 3, 10,000 people watching something together like that. I think you're never going to be able to replicate that. And I think that being in on that game, I think is really really going to be important.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I think most people are stupid. And I think when I went to the ABBA thing, people were like acting like they were at an actual ABBA concert. And I'm looking at it thinking, this is really fun, but it's basically like I'm playing Spotify with some strings. So I do think it's bread and circus, like it's for the masses. I don't know what's going to happen with people that want actual live stuff. But I also don't care because I'm going to be 60 next year. And I told myself, I'm out. I'm going to get rid of my fucking phone.
Just
Get
going down
rid of my
just going
social
the next-
media. I don't want to ever hear from any of you. But it's what I'm saying is it's the world that we're going into. I don't know that it's healthy.
Well, we don't know, do we?
Sense?
That's the thing. No one knows where this is all taking us, and that's a little
Right.
scary. I mean, maybe exciting too.
But I mean, even you right now, you're writing this script. If we can't talk about it, we'll cut it in post, whatever. But you're writing the script about an older queer man and whatnot, and his relationship with an immigrant worker and whatnot. You cannot imagine that being written by somebody that doesn't have a computer is not going to write the feeling of an older queer man. And
I wrote a script recently on ChatGPT and still got nothing. So a friend of mine is this Italian American girl, and she said, I was at the store and something happened. I still got nothing. So I thought it was such a funny title, and I went into ChatGPT. I said, write me a story about a girl, an Italian American, named Stella, that got nothing. It wrote 4 pages of incredible. It was a Sunday, the smell of warm bread and Sunday sauce wafting through the air. It was,
wow.
Face it, most shows have shitty writers. So this will replace the shitty writers. And then you have the shows that are really good, and then it will replace them. That makes sense?
That's the thing. Like really good writers are what they do. It's hard for me to compare like what I have ever written, which is like not much, and it's just still me trying to figure out, like my voice as a writer and like how to do it. It's really fucking hard. It makes you really appreciate the ones who really, really, really are touched with a gift. And it is, I just do not see, as good as AI is, there's something completely different with the really great human.
Totally.
Like, I don't think AI is going to write a Stephen King novel.
No, but it will write a Dharma and Greg episode.
Sure, yeah. Absolutely.
It could give you an outline. It could give you some ideas for plot. If you get stuck, and you have writer's block that day, you can say, listen, give me 15 different places that I could take this story right now that I'm not, show me what I'm not seeing. I think really smart writers are going to be able to use it as a tool. and to make themselves more productive and more, it's to be able to make even more scripts than they otherwise
I
would.
can make press releases now in like 3 minutes.
Yeah. But do
Yeah,
you,
great.
do you feel that hasn't that sort of freed you up in a way to be more worried about other things?
I don't really worry about stuff, but I mean, I just don't like writing press releases anymore. So I just kind of go, write me a press release about this, and it does. And then I'm like, you send a press release every couple of days. It doesn't matter anymore. That's what I mean, though. So much of television right now is disposable.
Mm-hmm.
There's the really good stuff, and then Tony Shalhoub said it. It's mile wide and 3 inches deep.
But enough about me.
Wide your hole.
My waistline.
You know what I mean? Though there's like a lot of stuff out there, but there's some shows that are really well written.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier, a podcast with Malik Pacholi. Do you know Malik
From 30 Rock.
from 30 Rock?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, he played Jackson.
He's also in The Comeback.
Wait, who's he in The Comeback?
Oh, right. You love The Comeback.
So there's in the later episodes the two Indian guys.
Yes,
The Indian guy,
comedy duo.
yes, and he's also in 30 Rock. He plays Jonathan.
Oh my God. Okay. I know you're.
I forgot how much. So Brian, his boyfriend Matt, and I lived together for a little while this last winter, and they like fall asleep on the couch together, just watching constant reruns of The Comeback. Like anytime you walk in the house, they're making dinner and
this
The
morning.
Comeback.
Yeah.
I watched it this morning.
Yeah. It's like ASMR or something like that for us.
She's so I can't even explain it. She's just so incredible.
We got to get her on the show.
She's like Patty LuPone.
8 for 8, 9 for 9. I've lost count.
She's so good in it because she doesn't create a character that you don't like because she's actually likable. She's a kind person.
But she's cringe.
But she's cringe. But she's really kind.
Mm-hmm.
So
you
it's like
want her to be better than she is, but you also like identify. Who doesn't identify with, having a dream and wanting to be, I don't know, to be loved in that way that she like is desperate for.
Yeah.
Well, it's also a lot of shows that I've watched, and I watch a lot of television. Unfortunately, I'm single, but the characters don't always have an arc. Like Friends, they don't really grow. Schitt's Creek, they grow.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of Schitt's Creek, you watch it. Have you watched it?
Oh, love Schitt's Creek. Yeah,
I
not
mean,
the whole thing in a row, but like
Annie Murphy's character is like, it makes me cry how beautiful she's sort of grown. And The Comeback is the same thing. And I just think it's really beautiful. And I think writers are sometimes afraid to write the change. You know what I mean?
They're filming the new one.
I can't wait. But no Mickey. That's going to be really hard.
No Mickey.
Yeah, I know.
But
it's still going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm so curious to see how they're gonna do that. Like, I'm so like how are there's so many different directions they can go with like, like being an older woman in Hollywood and I mean, is she going to be divorced now? How's she going to be handling social media and like?
But did you see she released a couple like promo videos? She looks exactly the same.
She looks exactly the same. It's like, and she doesn't look different between the first season and the second season. And there's it's been a 30-year journey with these 3 seasons of that show. And she looks like the same, like what?
I'm a huge Lisa Kudrow fan.
Yeah. Me too.
Just so smart. And then when she does that, well, I watched today I'm sorry, we'll cut this out. The episode where she goes in and auditions for Seeing Red.
Oh, it's so good.
And they're all looking at each other like
and they're like, I don't know what I was watching, but I want to see more of it, is what one of them said. And I thought, it's exactly.
My absolute favorite is when she's wearing that cupcake costume, where she's wearing the cupcake costume and she wants to do the fall. It's like, wake up. No, backwards is funnier. Backwards, and she like fucking lands on her back.
And the fact that they have, James Burrows, who's directed every great, comedy thing. It's so good. What was the best written thing you've been in?
Oh gosh.
Where you were like, this is great writing.
I mean, for all TV, theater, or
All of it. Anything.
Whatever you were like, this is exceptional writing.
I think that play that I just did this this play
Rangeville.
Rangeville, this was at Signature Theater over the winter, and it's written by Sam Hunter, who's the guy that wrote The Whale. And he is I mean I believe Tony Kushner like said he is this the new generation. He is the like one of the absolute like 2 or 3 best writers alive today.
So how difficult was Brendan Fraser?
Oh God, yeah, that was. Oh man, yeah.
I'm only asking. I didn't even know. Was he difficult?
No, Brendan was incredible. We actually did a workshop of the play before. It was. I think it was also like a little bit of like a test of me, in the part.
Yeah, totally.
It was gonna
like a chemistry read.
Kind of like a chemistry read, but we actually rehearsed it for a couple days and then did like a reading of it for some invited people, and it went really well. And of course, Brendan just was not able to do it.
He had to have like emergency back surgery or something, right?
Wait, he wasn't in the show?
No.
No.
It was like a week before they were supposed to open.
He had
to know that.
He had to leave, and this happens. It's the thing is it's theater, and sometimes with film you can delay or I don't know.
Yeah.
Film other scenes that someone's not in, but this just wasn't possible. So we had Paul Sparks, who stepped in for Brendan, and
Paul Sparks was in
Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
He was incredible. He was incredible.
He again. I mean, I hate to keep talking in like superlatives, but Paul Sparks is. When I was at school, he was like our acting teachers would talk about him like you need to go watch this guy because everything that we're trying to get you to understand, it just kind of flows out of him naturally. He's the most incredible actor.
And he goes in and out of accents, like, and I don't mean in and out like always falling out of it, but like from an English accent to a Dutch accent, back to an English, and like that. And it was just like this character change on set, like didn't leave stage, didn't have a costume change or anything, just faced a different way and was a different person. He goes from playing your brother to playing your lover in 10 seconds, and you are dialed in.
It's kind of like us, right?
Oh my God, that's so true.
Never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen.
Well, Brian,
tops don't make it right.
Listen, I want to ask you before we let you go, because we're going to try and keep this quick, and I know your time is limited. A lot of people have had issues, like as an actor, like having their personal life like thrust forward, and I don't think you've ever spent your life being gay, being closeted, whatever it was, but you had this big splash article of like you're coming out. Probably, I don't know, 3-4 years into our friendship. It was The Advocate, was it?
I believe so.
Yeah, and it was so like beautifully, brutally honest and just like your life. Did you notice any kind of change, or was it just, hey, still me?
Well, there's a couple things. I mean, first off, I actually, when I went back and read that article, I have to say, I thought I came off as rather unfair to my parents because I did not mean to make it sound like my parents were so like against me being gay.
You grew up super religious, you know?
Yeah. Honestly, the more accurate, I don't know if I just was not quoted and selectively, or if I just, was leaning too far into it in the interview that like my parents were not, that it was so hard to grow up with my parents. It was hard to grow up gay in Texas. And it wasn't because of my parents loved me. They are also were very much of their time. And yeah, I probably couldn't have come out to my parents until I did, but my parents always loved me and they always would have. Like there's no doubt about that. I thought I was very actually unfair. And I think it kind of hurt their feelings a little bit, actually.
Well, they heard it here first. Brian's big apology.
But and the interesting thing, I mean, I don't know. I don't blame this on the article at all. I don't blame this on coming out. or anything, but like certainly like I was definitely working a lot more before that article came out.
Really?
Yeah.
So you think there was a negative effect, or you think that's just the way the industry went?
It's hard to tell. There's a lot of different reasons why, people, go through a little bit of a slump for a while. I mean, I probably was like sending in really bad auditions. I was probably, listen, you grow up,
Trash, just
you get,
trash.
you get a little bit older and you change, I'm not playing the same kinds of like people that I was before. And sometimes like putting on the new suit of who you are when you're, 40s is like is a real challenge.
God, I hope I look like that when I'm 40.
Hello.
Wait, how old are you?
42.
I was like, God, I thought
Like, God, it looks 50.
no, that's what I meant. It's like I mean, come on.
We were children when we met.
And I know you and me have like we have not held back.
We have not held back.
We have lived, that's for sure.
Brian and I actually met on the Berghain dance floor.
Oh,
in the gay section next to the speakers, out of our minds, frankly. If I'm telling tales out of school, we were having a ball.
I'm pretty sure I was wearing someone else's harness.
Well, Brian, I want to thank you for doing this, and we loved talking with you. You're such a sweetheart.
The title of show is Trigger Warning. So before we let you go,
what triggers you?
What triggers you?
Oh, really hot rooms with no air moving in them.
Like our current studio.
Oh, really? Yeah, I would not.
We have to turn the AC off because we're recording. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that I cannot. That for me, I just start to shut down emotionally.
Like can't concentrate, emotionally shuts down.
See, I wanted you to say people who aren't good looking.
Ugly people.
Yeah, ugly people trigger me because I'm so good looking. Own it.
People get uglier in hot rooms. This room is so hot, everyone's a dog.
The fucking face is like symmetrical. I hate it.
It's so not though. It's there's definitely isn't like this side is actually like a completely different person.
Have you ever seen the reverse mirror thing? You know what I'm talking about? The reverse mirror. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
You know what I'm talking about? No, Alaska actually saw it in
it takes
Burning Man.
Your face, right? And mirrors that.
It actually shows you the way your face shows to other people, not the way you see it in a mirror.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, you're like, oh my God, I'm a monster. Because your face is not you, bitch. But most people's face are not symmetrical. And Alaska and I were talking about it a long time ago. And she went to Burning Man and they had a room that had the reverse mirror. And she's like, I'm a monster.
Listen, everybody, I think it's just about finding your angle. I figured this out from like years of self tapes. There is a way, everyone's got a sweet spot with the angle of their face that you can, I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
My sweet spot is just putting my penis in your hand at a party. That's all I got. That's all I got.
I was not triggered. It did not trigger me.
I adore you. You're a good kid.
Daniel, what's your trigger warning for this week?
Oh, fuck. I didn't think about it.
I've got a trigger warning. My trigger warning for this week is we have enough people in this fucking community. We have enough people that hate the people in this fucking community. And I'm so over people in our community bashing each other. Like, join together as the queer community and support everyone in this community. Don't say, oh, that's a bad drag queen, or he's too femme, or no fats, no femmes, no Asians, like whatever. There are so many people out there in this world that hate us just for being us. So, like, as the alphabet community, pull it the fuck together, love each other, hate them. Don't hate anyone, but like, don't hate within. That's my trigger warning. Yeah.
All right. I'll do mine later. I'm going to think about this.
Okay.
Right now, you're triggering me because you're so fucking handsome.
Dan's trigger are people who are better looking than him.
It's which is like most people, but
look how triggered
right now. This is like,
well, you have
my friend.
You have a very nice penis. You have a very, very,
that's
very
our poke quote.
You heard Brian J. Smith. Daniel's got a very nice penis.
That's all I need. I did the entire series of podcasts to get that.
And a lovely face too. You are very handsome. So
sweetheart. You're a sweetheart, seriously.
Well, my friend, when I can get a chance, I'm going to come up and see you while you're filming in Toronto. Break a leg. I wish you the best. I miss you tons. It's so good to see your symmetrical face. And thanks for doing this. Thanks, Josh, for setting it up.
Yes. Bye, Brian.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks, guys.
What a sweetheart.
Trigger Warning, hosted by Daniel Nardicio and Adam Meathammer Klesch, is a Pride House Media production and produced by Josh Rosenzweig. Please note, the views reflected in this podcast do not represent the views of Red Eye, the Ice Palace, or any of its subsidiaries. And any reference to scat, shrimping, upper deckers, skanks, masturbating, rump riding, wolf bagging, Cleveland steamers, jigglypuffing, rusty trombones, Cosby sweaters, Mexican pancakes, and Alabama hot pockets are the views of Mr. Nardicio and Mr. Klesch and his listeners, not the establishment. If you are offended, please seek immediate psychiatric attention.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And while you're there, leave us a rating and review. It really helps others discover the show. And if you didn't enjoy this episode, don't tell anyone.
Stay connected and join the conversation by following us on Trigger Warning Podcast.
And you can send us your questions or hate mail to triggered@triggerwarning.com.